Kia ora, lovely Taurus. This is your reading for this full moon in Leo. We're laying it out today. It's more of an empowerment reading, actually, because I think that's kind of appropriate for the lioness, the Leo archetype. Look, it's interesting because you're coming out here with a great desire to create something new, to build some new foundations here with the Three of Discs, whether that's with other people in your community, whether it's a project that you're wanting to start a business off or something like that. There's a great desire for this at the moment. It's a very stable card, the Three of Discs. We query here, though, is this happening as quickly as what you would like? Is it happening as fast? Have you got the resources that you need? Is there an element of confusion in that? Because I do sense that there is. We have general energies around you at this time, the card of Temperance. So there's a period of having to be patient, of having to wait for everything to be in its right place. Those times where, well, it's like most of the time, everything has to be in its right timing. It's as if everything is about timing, and our movement through that, if you know what I mean. So we get this Temperance card, because all of this, whatever the situation for you, Taurus, it is giving you a lot of options. The longer that you're waiting to get things off the ground, I do feel that it's starting to get more confusing, like, because of the fact that you have so many options here with the Seven of Cups. It's as if, there's a lot of ideas flying around. You may have plans drawn up, but it's kind of like we're really either getting swept along emotionally with this, or in a sort of Neptunian way, like the imaginings are wonderful things, but sometimes we get lost when there's so many options. We're not sure which will be the ones that are really, are we seeing what we want to see, or are we seeing in reality or not? It's very tricky. But anyway, a project of sorts, and it is about timing, so that's great. Your past challenges, there has been some emotional challenge, maybe. It's not easy to walk away from 8 Cups to look for 2. It's not to say that that's what you've been doing in the past, but there is a level here of deciding that detachment is the key in order to receive what you need, to get what you want emotionally. And in fact, it looks like that 8 of Cups period has brought you round to either be in a situation where you are fulfilling those things that in the past you wanted to. It's fulfilling certain things that you always wanted to do, possibly you haven't done, so you are doing those now, or wanting to get them off the ground. We have in the present situation the Six of Cups, which is really quite a divine card, and I don't use the word divine lightly. It is quite divine. In my mind, it is sort of very Leo card, because it's similar to the sun, It's a great opening of the heart. These 2 kids offer freely because there's nothing attached to that heart opening, It's also, as I say, a reminder of hopes, dreams of childhood, and potential people from the past coming back to you. This is what's getting something moving. I mean, maybe someone is coming back into your world, into your life, and it really sets you on a new tangent with whatever this sort of project or building of new foundations is. I say that because looking to a future position, we have the Wheel of Fortune. And as I always say, I mean, fortune favours the brave. So we've walked away, we've reinvestigated, going back through the memory bank, we've reinvestigated or had someone come back into our life to remind us of some fundamental desires that we have always had. The Wheel of Fortune's a wonderful thing. Options and advice. Clearly, with the Eight of Swords, this bound figure, restriction. Don't let self-limitation screw you up on this one, Taurus. That's what I get from this. There's potentially a high level of frustration. What's real and what's not. I mean, it's like the general global climate's like that, isn't it? What's real and what's not. I don't know. There's a directive here to cultivate some self-care with the Four of Swords. This is a key. This is a position in this whole layout, which is the key here. You need to ditch the self-saboteur nature of either the way that you're looking at this potential project you want to get off the ground. Self-limitation is not a default mechanism that you want right now. And I would say the advice here is to really work on that. We do not need this 8, but we do need a bit of respite, So don't be too hard on yourself. And the central point of this reading, I mean, I do keep looking at it, and it's as if someone's come in to your world and it's changed your entire course. Like two parallel lives happening both at the same time, or at least overlapping. It's quite interesting, Taurus. Anyway, we'll come back to this, the advice to ditch the self-saboteur. You're only as limited as you think that you are. Where there's a will, there's a way. I mean, I do believe these things, I do. Respite, rest, take a break. This just sort of resting period, because I do think with Temperance up here that things are about to take off, if they haven't already, in a whole new direction. Your key here is to take this, is to step away from the swords and grab hold of this glorious Ace of Wands. There's an invigoration here. There's a reinvestigation of either a relationship, or there's a key element here that really shifts your tangent, dear Taurus. So let's just get a few Brian Frood from the Pixie and Fairies. There is. We get the beautiful star coming out. Now this is new. This is new inspiration, fresh off the hoof. Someone or some situation is showing you some really fresh new perspectives here. there's a growth, there's a releasing of shackles of old, Taurus. Now, these are general, very general readings, but you've overcome, or you are in the process of overcoming something, and this is something about your own process here. So we get the beautiful maiden, the star. I always call it the star, but it's called the maiden. Isn't it gorgeous? See her beautiful, what a gorgeous little darling. And trust the inner guidance, dear Taurus. We're getting this card coming out a lot today. Trust your intuitive voice. You know. And Sylvanus of the forest takes down his mask of truth to reveal the truth. There's a paradox within this. There may be some sort of paradoxical situation that you've just experienced, in fact. So, Taurus and the Magician on the bottom of the deck. So, works in progress. Something's picking up pretty quickly here. And there's this parallel kind of, like, Taurus is in parallel universes here. Pretty interesting. So take good care, and we'll see you next time. Enjoy this beautiful full moon in Leo, Taurus. Ka kite, bye.